So what's happening with the visa?
It's a bit of a slow burner.
Right.
It's very expensive.
Is he going to contribute towards paying it? And has he?
Yeah, he went and got a little tin, put his chips and stuff in. Double time though.
So how long do you intend working all these hours for as well?
Till I've got £5 grand.
Okay, so meet Sam. Sam is in a relation with Ali. Ali is all the way from Turkey. So they are a new addition for this week's episode of episode 4, season 3. And you know what? So far, this season has continuously casted us very interesting people. Very interesting people. Some have similarities, you know what I mean? But let's focus on this one real quick here. So Sam, this is her mother, asked a simple question. Is this man helping you with the visa? Okay, as you obviously heard. Now, here's the thing. She's now in a position where she's now having to work overtime, which means that she's at work every Saturday, working as much overtime as possible, and as you heard, until she gets that 5K. But also in the meantime, Ali's over in Turkey because he's now got a tin, a little piggy bank, shall I call it, where he's putting in money to help the visa process. Do I believe that he's really got a tin where he's really putting money in it to help with the visa process? Yeah, I don't really believe that. Even if he is using that money, even if he is saving money in his little piggy bank, let's be real. That money is going to keep to himself and bring it with him when he comes to the UK, if anything. That's the way I look at it, just what I'm saying. But either way, though, when it comes to Sam, one thing that she doesn't like is those hard-hitting questions. Her mum was asked the simple questions, but her blood was freaking boiling. When your blood is boiling, in my opinion, because somebody's asking those questions that you don't want to hear, that means something. That means that you also have doubt that this person may genuinely be with you for the right reasons. Otherwise, why are you getting all so hot and bothered about it? But let's continue.
Do not think he could possibly be coming over just for a visa, just for to get into this country?
I don't think that is what he's doing.
Honestly, be honest.
Not to help him, like I've got my national bank card there.
So, as you saw there, mum asks her, so you don't think that he's using for a visa? She denies it. She says, nope, 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 nope. He's with me because he loves me. And he just wants me, mum, okay? Accept it. That is pretty much the energy of her response. But of course, at the same time here, the money part, mum asks her a simple question. Have you been giving him money? She giggles. Why is she giggling for? She's giggling because one, she knows she's giving him money, and two, she knows that mum isn't going to be happy about it. But why? Because it's going to imply that mum's theories are more or less nearly correct of the fact that yes, this man is using you to get to the UK and also using you for your money. But there you go, boom, bam. She then reveals that she has also left one of her bank cards back there in Turkey on purpose, where she allegedly says, or she allegedly claims, and I say allegedly because I don't believe it one bit, but she's claiming that she puts about £10 to £20 in there per month or whenever, for whatever purposes. Yeah, if somebody's going to leave their bank account, their bank card, and transfer money into it, or given the fact that he obviously has the PIN for it, Lord knows how much money that she's sending. Also on top of that, not only is she sending money for whatever, but also on top of that, she's also trying to save for this freaking visa. Wow, talk about giving yourself a headache. But the mum made it abundantly clear, I do not want you to be working overtime all the time, because at the end of the day, I do not want you to run yourself into the freaking ground. But hey, she's adamant that what she's doing is completely fine. But okay, let's get into it.
He really, really annoyed us. What were you drinking?
Just absolutely blue.
Where'd you get that from? Where from? Because I've never brought you that over, so where'd you get it from? From duty free.
So right now, she's obviously upset with the fact that he's been drinking alcohol. Not because he's been drinking alcohol, but the drink choice, Absolute Blue. Which, you know, I didn't realize that it was actually a drink that's only from the UK, apparently, according to her. Unless it's a drink that you can get in the UK, but you cannot get it in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's a worldwide drink, is what I'm saying. So maybe she just knows it's not something you can get in Turkey, which is why now she's pressing him, talking about some duty free. So did someone fly there as well and give it to you? Like, what the hell was going on? I mean, listen, to be honest with you, if he was really working 2 women at the same time from different countries or from the UK, that would be freaking wild. I just think this is her just losing her cool because she's got somewhat of a temper.
What if like a girl could have given me? You could have been out with girls. I don't know. I can get really jealous of Ali. It's jealousy, but also being protective.
I mean, listen, some people believe that jealousy is also a form of protection. I mean, listen, it really depends on how you want to look at it, because I guess sometimes jealousy that means protection can have a positive outlook. I don't know. That's not really how I function personally. I'm not really someone that really functions on jealousy, to be honest with you. I'm a true believer at the end of the day, if something's meant to work with somebody, it's meant to work. If they decide to go out there and do some absolute madness, listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to, let it even bring me down, because all it's telling me personally is that clearly I'm destined for somebody else better than you. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly, I don't really know too much about this whole jealousy area or being protective of jealousy, you know what I mean? But what I can say is, from the people that I have seen who have jealous traits, okay, it's never been healthy. I personally have never come across anybody that has been in a relationship where jealousy works in ways that it can be a positive. Jealousy usually always works in ways that are negative. So if she wants to say that jealousy is a way of protection or whatever mumbo jumbo that she's saying, it sounds kind of, when I hear the words, I'm like, you know what? It sounds like something that could probably work if it's done maybe in a healthy way. Because to be fair, jealousy can be healthy. It can be. For me personally, I don't really like to play with it personally. You know what I mean? I don't want to take that chance. I don't want jealousy to control my mood, control how I think, control how I'm going to behave. Nah, I'm not having none of that. I'm not having that kind of gamble. You know what I mean? That's why I don't gamble in life. But nonetheless, though, in my opinion, when it comes to Sam in particular, yeah, this jealousy of being protective, nah, you're just jealous. Because her temper or her quick reactions are due to a jealousy, which is never a good thing, because that means she acts first and thinks later. That is never healthy. But we continue.
Of myself and my feelings.
Playboy is like a game. Too many.
My apologies. Obviously, she does finish up there by also elaborating why she. Let me play it.
So I don't know. I can get really jealous of Ali. It's jealousy, but also being protective of myself and my feelings.
I mean, listen, if your jealousy is protection because you're trying to protect yourself and your feelings, I understand that, but it also tells me that you obviously are nervous about this man potentially using you, potentially breaking your heart. Which, listen, naturally everybody has that fear, right? But usually after a certain amount of time of dating someone, being with somebody, that fear disappears. Okay. To be fair, some people say that you should always have that little bit of nervousness because it should always keep you on your toes and always keep you hungry to want to make your partner happy. Which I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But end of the day, for the most part, usually people get past that phase and then obviously they can grow in whichever direction that they can grow in, hopefully in a positive way. I think with her, to be honest with you, she's always going to have this thing about her where she's always going to be jealous, or we're always going to be overprotective. Why? Or if I was going to take a wild guess, it's probably because she may think that she can never do better than him again. Something tells me that, but nonetheless, though, let's continue.
Playboy is like a game. Too many girls. I just see my target. I calculate my target. I understand everything. I give a kiss.
The way this man is talking is crazy. So let me run a story to you real quick about how these two met. She says that she was in Turkey, okay? She was walking along somewhere where he was working. And when he saw her, he jumped out and said, "Hey, there's my angel." And apparently, obviously, he gave her stage fright. She ran away because she was all nervous and everything. And then she came back about an hour later on. And then they were talking too. Well, I guess the rest is history, right? So let's just talk about that. The fact that that's what he did when he met her. And now he's talking about freaking how he is. Like, this guy literally sits here and talks about my playboy. My playboy is like a game. Too many girls. Let's say too many girls. I see my target. I calculate my target. You know what I'm saying? I understand everything. So that means there's a good chance that this man saw you, Sam, calculated you, saw you as a target, and then boom, was like, okay, let's see if I'm going to get a reaction out of you that can maybe get me to the UK, given that he's using you to get to the UK. Clearly it worked. And then boom, bam, this is where we are right now. But anyway, he further on does go to explain that, he says that when he does this, he gets kisses from girls, as well as them hugging and also giving him numbers as well. He goes, they sometimes like presents as well. So obviously this is a man that knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a minute. How you can be with a man like this, I don't know. But hey, Sam, if you want to pursue this journey because you think that this relationship is going to go in the direction that it needs to go into in a positive way, good luck to you. Because right now the signs are telling me that this man only has one goal. But we'll get to that in a second.
Give me sometimes like presents.
To come to the UK, doesn't he? Like, that's... I think if you were to turn around and say, "I don't want you to move here, I'm willing to move there," do you think he'd still be the same?
Her reply was, Well, when this conversation has come up, his response has been, okay, if you come here, then what will we do? I'm not gonna lie, that's a good freaking response. But to be fair, at the same time, my response would be, it doesn't matter what we would do. As long as I'm with you, I'll be happy. Smooth criminal. What can I say? Anyway, let's go.
I think personally, he has done it for a visa. You've got to be some good actor to keep this up for this long.
I mean, listen, the friend says that I think he's done it for the visa. The mum thinks he's doing this for the visa. She now says that he's never lied to her, and also he has to be one hell of an actor to keep that for so long. I guess Sam doesn't know about the long game. There are plenty of people in this world that play the long game. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about a man called Michael. You might know about him. He played the long game for 7 years. So really and truly, the long game is nothing for people who are determined to get to their goal. And if his goal is to get to the UK because he believes coming to the UK is going to make him a millionaire, and trust me when I tell you, that's what he legit said. He said, coming to the UK will make me into a millionaire. I mean, I don't know what he thinks, but okay though. So he even spoke about how people from Turkey, you move to the UK, they work hard, and then whenever they come back home, they live like kings because they rent out all the best places, blah, 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 blah. Listen, even though there's truth behind what he says, either way though, the things that he says and the way he behaves right now indicate that this man is not with you, Sam, because he's with you. He's with you because of what you can get him, and that is pretty much a visa to the United Kingdom. More specific, to Newcastle, all the way up in the north of England. For those people that don't know, that's why she's got an accent like that. We call it the Geordie accent. You know what I'm saying? It takes a while to get used to. But anyway, with that being said, though, I'm just translating this to my subs in the States and other places that's not in the UK, of course. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people from the UK, you know already. Come on, now, let's not mess about. But with that being said, though, let's move on.
It's quite scary to think that this trip we're going to start trying for a family. I don't even know if he can come to the UK yet, but I'll take my chances.
Ah, Charlotte. So you're telling me, or she's telling us, that she's still going to try and get pregnant while she's there in the DR before even coming back to the UK, regardless of the fact that she doesn't know if Joanne's even going to make it, or Joanne is even going to make it to the UK. So basically, she's more than happy to be in a position where she may actually become a single mother. Because here's the thing, granted, if this man cannot make it to the DR, then what? Now, even though I believe she said that if he can't, no, I think that was Nicole. No, Nicole said that she go to Egypt if he can't make it. But I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if she would move to the DR if, you know, of course, he couldn't make it to the DR. But here's a question though. If he can't get a visa to the UK, what makes you think that he would still want to be with you if you both lived in the DR? You know what I mean? Let that sink in real quick. Is that even a conversation that they've even had? You see what I'm saying? That's the conversation that they should have, to be fair with you. But then nonetheless though, if she tries to get pregnant before he gets his visa and before he's allowed to actually be in the UK, considering that I believe she said in one of the episodes that he's already been rejected anyway, other visas, and that's why they're now going for the K1 visa or the marriage visa, whatever. Wait until the man finally makes it to the UK before you do something ridiculous, because at the end of the day, you do not want to become a single mother. If it's something that you can prevent happening, prevent it from happening. If it's something that just happens to happen because that's how life turns out, it is a completely different conversation, if you dig what I'm saying. But for her right now, she's in a position where she can control the narrative, and the narrative is wait for him to come to the UK first and then try and get pregnant, and then obviously the rest is history, if you dig what I'm saying. But no, Charlotte is cuckoo. Hey, don't tell her that though. But to be fair, moving on to the next part itself in particular, this is where things get quite interesting. And I cannot believe the words that I've bloody heard from this woman. Oh my goodness gracious freaking me.
Managed to get them a new roof. Is there anything else that your mum needs?
So she's there now, and she's asking the question of, is there anything else that your mum needs? Really and truly. What? Now listen, let me read this all out for you guys, okay? Well, son, tell the truth, okay? Mum literally is out here listing things. She needs a new cooker. She also did mention that the roof itself still has a little bit of leaks, so that's something else that could still be, worked on. So right now we need a new cooker, which is absolutely crazy. I don't know if it's broken. She needs a new cooker, but she doesn't even know if it's even broken or not. What else? Look at that, the audacity of saying, what else? There's more? I need to see a doctor? I mean, listen, all right, cool, I get it, you know what I'm saying, all right? Also, on top of that, need to go to the hospital. So right now, Charlotte's opened herself up in a situation where mum is now giving her a list of things. Well, Joanne's mum's giving her a list of things. She's already paid for the roof. That now needs to be done again anyway. Now we got the cooker. Now we got doctor bills, hospital bills. God damn. It is a complete madness, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing though, she's the one that's put herself in this position where this family is going to think that she is somebody who is absolutely rich as hell. When she knows full well that she's got money, she's got a good job, but she hasn't got a job that's all money that's going to allow her to keep looking after them forever. She's not being realistic to the slightest. If I said to her, hey, so do you believe that you are buying him, that you are buying this man, that you're basically win him over with money? The way she would 1000% deny it would be freaking crazy, even though she'd be in no position to even deny it. Because her whole approach so far has been, let me keep spending money on him and his family, and also let me make sure I get my babies. This woman is absolutely bonkers. You know when people legit set themselves up for failure, but hey, they act as if they haven't. She asked how much the hospital is. The mum is like, it's not only, they'll see, then I'll do some tests. So the way the mum is now really thinking about that question about how much would it be, she's now trying to over-exaggerate. Well, it depends on what happens. Obviously, go do some tests. This mum is comical. She's like been thinking about this for a minute. And then instead of answering the question itself, diverts to, I want the kids to finish school first so I can go and have my surgery. So interesting how she brings up the kids as well. So of course, she's probably indicating to the fact that she's going to need money for other things around the kids before even going to the hospital for whatever surgery that she may be getting or needs to have as well. Honestly, the way this mom is calculated is freaking nuts. But you see, Charlotte though, Charlotte's the type of clown that opened herself up for this freaking madness.
She need to help my family.
And the way this man has the audacity to say that, listen, I like the fact that Charlotte likes my family, I like the way she likes to help them, but yeah, she needs to help them. And also on top of that, Charlotte does bring up the conversation of, because you be coming to the UK with me, obviously you won't be here working to provide for the family anymore. So when you're at home, tell your mum that we'll still be sending her money to make sure that she's well looked after. And literally he's like, yeah, we have to send her money every month. I mean, listen, Charlotte has not only potentially set herself up for failure in the finance department, she's also set herself up for failure in the heartbroken department. Because really and truly, once this man gets to the UK, if he gets to the UK, then finds a job of his own, and then he's able to start earning money of his own, and he's able to start living, or he knows he can now afford to live by himself, as well as also send money back home. Whether you two got kids or not, this man is skedaddled, he's gone. But he may stick around though. But just know this though, even if he sticks around, he was never with you for love. He was with you because you're somebody that's willing to look after his mother. Simple as 1, 2, 3. But hey, here's another thing though. Here's another twist to the tail. Just be lucky and just hope that when he comes to the UK, because he's a young man, that he doesn't come across another woman that might want him and maybe even want to still give him the same privileges. The chance of that happening is probably very slim, to be honest with you, because he's not really going to find a woman like around his age is going to be willing to do that anyway. So really and truly, if Joanne is smart, for the long term, he's probably better off staying with Charlotte until whenever, because really and truly, he's not going to come across any other woman whilst he's in the UK is going to be willing to do what she's doing financially. You see what I'm saying? That stuff here, what's going on here, only happens if that woman meets you in a different country, which is exactly what happened right here, right now. Because to be honest with you, I personally have not come across any women who are trying to, woo a man with money in the UK. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just haven't come across it. Do you see what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions on the madness. And this season is going to be a very, very interesting, long season for Charlotte. I tell you this now. I don't know who's going to have the longest and the hardest season, but boy, Charlotte for me right now is pretty much number one. But I see Sam catching up real quick. But hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.